Right, new bike, new modifications already. Now I've already put my sat nav onto the bike where I've ran the wires. I probably should have videoed it to be honest, but it's quite simple. But it just goes straight to the battery at the moment while I was waiting for the fuse box to turn up. And what I've ordered is a quick wiring fuse box. So this is like different to how I've done it before, where I've always used a relay to power a fuse box. This has a relay built into it. So it's a lot neater, a lot more compact. It should be a lot easier to wire up. So in here, I get it open, is a little relay and four orange is 5 amps, so 4 5-amp fuses with some outlets. Because it's quite compact, it should be fairly easy to fit. So checking the seat off, one bad design about the Kawasaki's is to get the pillion seat off, you've got to take the pannier off the side to get the key. That comes off, then you've got to unbolt the two bolts, take the driver's seat off, and that'll expose where the battery is and the fuse boxes. So the first thing to do is have a look at these fuse boxes, and we've got ABS, grip heaters, and the accessory fuse and the signal fuse. So we'll do a quick test to make sure that that accessory fuse is an ignition wired one. So it's quite simple. Voltmeter on to 20 volts. Put a little earth on somewhere. Battery's good as any. Got the key in ignition already. No volt at the moment, and we put the probe on the accessory fuse. No volts. Turn the ignition on. 12 volts. Back down to 0 when the ignition's off. So the 7.5 amp fuse for the accessories is what we're going to use for our power supply. This is the Piggy Back Fuse, which I'm really fond of and use quite a lot now. So you take the fuse out of there, slot that in, and you put the original fuse in the bottom one. You put the fuse in the top slot to power whatever you want to power. In this case, it's just going to be the relay box. So nice and simple, we'll tear that out. Just point to the one I'm taking out. The second one in is the accessory fuse. So we'll take that one out. We'll slot that back into this Piggy Back Fuse connector. So that's the original one in, and the one that supplies the new power, whatever you want to call it. Then that just replaces where that one went. Now, unfortunately, this fuse is a little bit in the way. I'm not sure it's going to fit on that. Oh, it does. Oh, just mind. Just fits on there. We've got our fuse set up. Voltmeter connected back up again. This should read 0, which it does. When I turn the ignition on, it should go to 12. Lovely. And off. Back down to 0. Right, so that's our power to switch the fuse box. Sat nav units fitted to the front. I ran the wires from the front to the back to the battery. Obviously you don't want a battery connection because it's going to be live all the time, so we're going to go via this fuse box. First thing to do is we've put a bit of Velcro on, and we're going to just route the wire under this bracket. And we've got some Velcro just to keep that in place when we finish, but for now we'll just connect up the black to the negative and then the red to the positive. Red. careful you don't touch anything with the screwdriver apart from this terminal. There we go, simples. So this unit now will be live only when that's connected and the ignition is on. So that is just a crimp connection. You'll just take a little bit off there. Crimp that one. Okay, so just a little bit more wire off. Plump that in there. And then we'll just crimp this together. I'm not really a fan of crimps, I'd rather do a solder joint, so I'm going to have a think about that. I'll see how it works, and I think I'll put one of the solder joints in with a heat shrink over that, just to make sure. Right, anyway, for now, let's see what happens, see if any lights come on when we power it up. Oh, we have power. Right, next thing to do is to stick these in. Right, so I've just stripped these wires back. The ignition is still off while we play about with this, obviously. And they're marked up. I think really we should put some ferrules on these, or maybe put a bit of solder on them. For now we'll just test it out, make sure it's all working. Positive. Okay, so simple as that. Turn the ignition on, and hopefully the sat nav should come on. There we go. Sat nav's on. Brilliant. We're charging. Turn it back off again. Power goes off. Now, if that was charged, it would obviously stay on, but it just proves that the system's working. And the lights have gone off on this as well. So that's it, simple as that. So that's it all fitted. Box velcroed in place, wires made neat. It's a really simple, straightforward solution. I'm really happy with this. And if I want to add any extras, such as another USB charging point or cameras, and just add them to this box rather than mess about with the battery. So I'm really happy with that, works brilliant. Hope you found it useful. If you did, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you'll be able to see more on this bike and the rest of the vehicles in Tony's Garage.